Hello and welcome to today's update on the tropics for today, Sunday, September 17th, 2023. I am Letitia Humphreys, your weather forecaster. We start off by taking a look at the tropics or the satellite where we have Tropical Storm Nigel presently located to the northeast of the Leeward Islands and moving on a northwesterly track, safe distance away from us here in the Eastern Caribbean. We also have a tropical wave that is moving across the main development region with a bit of activity associated with it. We see some thunderstorm activity as well as some showers expected to be across the Caribbean by the middle of the week. But those showers are mostly going to be impactful across the southern Caribbean islands from the windwards down to Trinidad and Tobago. Tropical Storm Nigel now is forecast to intensify further and is expected to become a hurricane by tomorrow Monday by 2 a.m. tomorrow. And Nigel we are safely here in the Eastern Caribbean, where Nigel is as of 5 a.m. this morning, just about 933 miles northeast of the Leeward Islands, using Antigua and Barbuda as the point of reference. Nigel is actually having sustained winds of 50 miles per hour and moving to the north-northwest at 14 miles per hour with a minimum central pressure of 1001 millibars. As Nigel continues, it is forecast to become a major hurricane, and as it makes a turn towards the northeast, eventually by late in the week, Nigel is forecast to then weaken thereafter. But it is presently in an area of favorable upper level wind shear as well as warm sea surface temperatures. Now for post-tropical storm Lee is actually now presently located just about 70 miles northwest of Charlottetown and moving in a northeasterly direction. Lee is expected to further weaken. It is actually having sustained winds of 45 miles per hour, but as it continues on its way, it is expected to further weaken and expected to dissipate by the time we get to Tuesday. Gusty winds as well as some storm surge impacting the coastlines of Halifax, Nova Scotia, Charlottetown, and also expected to impact the area of Newfoundland later today. As for Tropical Storm Margot, Margot is also in the north central Atlantic, and Margot was presently, or at 5 a.m. this morning, was located just about 850 miles west-southwest of the Azores, expected to make a clockwise loop, and as it continues, Margot is expected to even further weaken as it encounters cooler waters. Not expected to last much longer, but we also continue to monitor Margot because it is an area of interest that is currently impacting the tropics. The Azores are presently being impacted by just some swells as a result of Margot, but not much else is expected across the Azores really as that system makes that clockwise loop. So now a look at the next 7 days where we're expecting a system to move off the coast of West Africa has been given a 40% chance to develop into a tropical cyclone within the next 7 days. That wave is currently going to be moving westward before it makes that northwesterly turn. Models are actually suggesting that this system could make a northwesterly turn, missing the islands as it comes closer to our area. But at this time, as I mentioned, it has not even moved off the coast of Africa. It is expected to by Wednesday or the middle of the week, and it is quite a distance out, so it is too early for us to give a definite track that this system will eventually take. So some tips for you to be mindful for before I go. Conditions continue to be quite warm. Temperatures still getting up to almost 35, thereabout 34, 35. So continue to stay hydrated, drink lots of water, stay in cool and shaded areas. The swells are also going to be impacting the coastlines, swells getting up to 6 to 7 feet at times. Therefore, a high surf advisory is in effect for dangerous surfs, for rip currents, and for coastal erosion, mainly on the north, the west, and the eastern side of the islands. And last but not least, we are still in the hurricane season, and we're actually in the peak of the hurricane season, which ends just about the 10th of October. So continue to monitor the tropics with us for any further development. Like and subscribe to our page so that you will get your updates as they come along. I am Letitia Humphreys. Have a great day.